Until recently, hybrid cars were a bit of an oddity, interesting to talk about, but hardly appealing to own. However, that's all changing, and for several reasons. For a start, the rising fuel prices have put the focus on fuel economy. Then, of course, there's the whole eco-friendly movement, which means we're becoming a bit more aware about eco-friendly issues. And then, more importantly, hybrid cars themselves are becoming more appealing and sexier too. While Toyota pioneered hybrid cars in South Africa with a Prius, Honda is now the hybrid leader on our shores with no less than 3 models to choose from. The most recent arrival is the Honda Jazz Hybrid. It coincides with a midlife update to the range as a whole. The crisp and chiseled silhouette of this latest Jazz is still instantly recognizable, but there have been some changes. At the front you'll find new fenders, a new bumper and new headlights. At the rear, a new bumper as well. A lot of those changes are aimed at making the car as aerodynamic as possible. And if you look at the chrome detailing, you'll see a faint blue tinge, which is unique to this IMA hybrid version. The overall effect is clean and contemporary, although some might consider all that extra bright work a little blingy. The IMA hybrid's identity is confirmed by subtle badging to that effect, and if you look closely, you'll see that it runs on low rolling resistance, energy-saving rubber. Airflow is more carefully managed than before, which enhances aerodynamic efficiency with commensurate improvements in performance and fuel consumption. Under the skin, the chassis and suspension have also been updated. Revised spring rates and damper settings promise improved road feel, while the steering action has been given more weight. This hybrid version gets a beefed-up rear suspension to cope with the car's additional 70 kilograms. The heart beating under the bonnet of this Jazz is a particularly interesting one. It combines a 1.3-litre low-friction petrol engine with an electrical motor which slips in nicely between the engine and the CVT gearbox. Honda calls this system IMA for Integrated Motor Assistance, and in fact it's the same package as you'll also find in the Honda Insight. Without IMA, the 4-cylinder engine delivers 65 kilowatts and 121 newton meters. The IMA system adds a further 10 kilowatts and 78 newton meters on demand until the battery is depleted. The motor is powered by a compact battery pack, which is charged under braking or trailing throttle. A new CVT box is standard on the Jazz Hybrid. It features a torque converter and can either be run in full auto mode or in virtual steps, selected by shift paddles behind the steering wheel. It still suffers from the rubber band effect, but it's highly efficient. Personally, I'd prefer a manual gearbox. Like the rest of this latest Jazz range, the IMA version gets a spruced up cabin with darker and smarter finishes, chrome accents and a lot of storage spaces. Also unique to this particular car is the instrument pack, which includes a charge indicator, blue backlighting and a comprehensive information display. In line with its flagship status, the Jazz is comprehensively equipped. Creature comforts include aircon, central locking and a refrigerated glove compartment. The excellent sound system with MP3 capability offers both analog and USB connectors for use with iPods and other media players. Clever packaging means good accommodation front and rear, while the boot can be extended by folding flat what Honda calls the magic rear seat. Honda claims an 0 to 100 time of 12.2 seconds for the Jazz IMA Hybrid and a top speed of 176 kilometers an hour. But frankly, those figures don't really indicate how frisky and together this car actually feels. The steering, as before, is still over-assisted, although it's much better in the center point. And I have to say that in general terms, for a small car, the ride is both refined and wieldy. Of course, economy is a key issue in this context, and Honda claims a combined cycle consumption figure of just 4.4 litres per 100 kilometres. Even with my heavy right foot, the Jazz returned a sub 6 litre per 100 kilometre figure. With a full 40 litre fuel tank, you can expect a range of between 800 and 1,000 kilometres. IMA-equipped cars like this Jazz, the Insight and the CRZ all prove that hybrid cars have become a lot more feasible, especially with a system like IMA. In that sense, Honda already leads the way, and we can expect even better hybrid cars from that manufacturer in the future. Add this car's space, style, ride and practicality, and it's likely to convert many more people to the hybrid cause.
The basic Jazz engine gets extra pep thanks to the IMA system's electric motor, but only while the battery lasts. Still, there's ample get up and go. The IMA drivetrain works a treat and is frugal too. The revised cosmetics are a further bonus. Pity that we're stuck with a CVT gearbox though.